Persona 4 Remake is official and it's being called Persona 4 Revival. This comes just out of the Xbox Games Showcase. A showcase that, in my opinion, was miles better than the actual Summer Games Fest showcase 2 years in a row. Remember that we got Clair Obscur Expedition 33 in last year's showcase as well. And so it's starting to look like that Xbox is the showcase to watch. But in either case, Persona 4 Revival is here. As you guys know, I was a huge fan of the title Persona 4 Rewind, and that's not the title that they went with. I'm heartbroken over it. I did wish that they went with Rewind. It's so perfect with the idea of, going into TVs, Rewind. It makes so much sense. I don't hate Revival. I just think that Rewind or Replay would have been better, but that is neither here nor there. So let's talk about the trailer that they showed. The trailer that they showed was definitely not the best trailer. It's gotten a lot of fan criticism online, and if I'm honest, kind of for a good reason. It is literally a teaser of Yu Narukami kind of walking throughout Inaba. You don't get to see any NPCs, you don't get to see any of the characters, there is no type of interaction. The most that you really see is literally his walk cycle. Jokes aside, that wasn't really the main contention. People know that this game is a little bit farther off and they're going to be showing stuff soon. One of the big controversies, however, with the game is the art style. The game looks very unreal to people, and I mean that not in the way that's not real, but in the way that's unreal, as in the Unreal Engine. There is an overabundance of shininess to the game, and some of the color and mood that a lot of people felt from the original Persona 4 feels a little bit absent whenever they look at this remake. A lot of people online have been making various jokes about how it looks like a Nintendo Hire Me game, the sort of Unreal fan-made game that lacks the type of polish and art style that you would expect for something like Persona. As you can see, there are no shortage of these jokes online right now, and they are pulling some serious numbers, almost 10,000 likes on this one post. Wow, actually, it literally just crossed over 10,000 right now as I was recording this. Okay, cool. The jokes are really brutal right now with people comparing this to a lot of Unreal fan projects, a lot of hobbyist projects. I don't think that it looks that bad. I do think that when you look at it, it looks pretty similar to Persona 3 Reload. Of course, they're probably reusing a ton of code from Persona 3 Reload, as well as the fact that they're both built on Unreal Engine, and so that reuse is inevitable. There are a lot of cool blue tones to the image, and I think that when you look at Inaba in the original Persona 4 Golden, there wasn't that kind of blue undertone, and I also think that the lighting is a little bit aggressive. Hopefully these are things that they can adjust before the game launches. I don't think that this would ruin the remake for me personally, but again guys, they have just been getting absolutely cooked by this online. A lot of people being very critical about it. We don't have a release date for this game yet. I imagine that this is late 2026, early 2027. And one important thing to note for everyone to remain calm who's upset about the graphics is that it does explicitly state here early development content. Content present is subject to change. So what we're looking at is not the final build, not even close. I mean, the fact that they released this under a minute trailer that literally just shows you walking around for a little bit and then that's it, and then a cut to some of the environments. I mean, that should really tell you everything that you need to know, that this is really early and the game is already leaking everywhere, and so that was probably the motivation for why they went ahead and announced the game. A lot of the times when games are leaking like that out of control, they will go ahead and just announce it. This is something that Square Enix has not got the memo on with Final Fantasy IX Remake, because I don't know how many more times that game can leak and they still have not announced it yet. Now, the official Persona 4 Revival website has gone live, and there is something that you're going to notice about the platforms, something that I've been expecting was going to be a thing but ended up not being. Thus far, there is no Switch 2 platform announcement for the game. According to this, their official platforms are Xbox Series X, Windows, PlayStation 5, and Steam. Of course, Windows and Steam being grouped differently because of the different stores. But yeah, this seems to imply that there is no Switch 2 port in development currently, or at the very least, not announced, and so a Switch 2 version may not be there day one. This is a huge bummer for Nintendo fans. As you guys already know, I'm a Steam Deck guy. One of the reasons I do like Steam Deck is because you don't have to wait on the developer to port the game to the Switch 2. to in order to play it. And so I do imagine that this game is going to come to Switch too, but it seems like it could do it at a later date. And again, Persona games are so long that you do want to play this on a handheld companion. Otherwise, they can just be really difficult to get through. There is also the possibility that some people have discussed that it could potentially be announced at a Nintendo Direct, and Nintendo is waiting to officially announce the game themselves. Maybe that is a thing. I find that incredibly weird. Apparently they did that back with the ports of Persona 3 and Persona 4. It would be weird for them to do that, especially for a new game. Maybe they'll have a more full, complete trailer then that shows off combat during that time. Now there's another thing I'm sure you guys are wondering about throughout all of this. You are wondering, where the hell is Persona 6? This is the biggest question for me personally. Remakes are nice, but I want the next main course. They're kind of only there for me to fill in the gaps between mainline games. And honestly, I want to see P6 more than anything else. And Atlus has had a little something to say about that with their statement on Persona 4 Revival. But first, if you're looking for the ultimate way to experience Japan from the comfort of your own home, our sponsor Tokyo Treat delivers you the best snacks straight from Japan. Tokyo Treat is a monthly snack box packed with Japan's coolest, craziest, and most exclusive snacks. Every box is a surprise, featuring rare Kit Kats, limited edition chips, noodles, and sweets you'd only find in Japan. This month's theme is Konbini Snackin', inspired by Japanese convenience stores. If you've ever been to a konbini in Japan, then you know it's more than just a corner store. It's a food paradise, and this box brings that magic straight to you. Each box also comes with a cultural booklet, which I love flipping through. It gives you details on every snack, allergen info, as well as some genuinely cool facts about Japanese culture. Okay, so first I want to try the mini melon pan biscuits. All right, let's give it a shot. It really does taste like melon pan, but in a small snackable form. It's so delicious. Wow, that is so good. I could eat a whole bag of these and not even think about it. So bring a piece of Japan to your doorstep. And click the link in the description or pinned comment below to get your Tokyo Treat box. And use code NIGHTSKY to save $5 off of your first box. P Studio director Kazuhisa Wada is saying, quote, "Hello, this is Wada from P Studio. We are very pleased to announce the release of Persona 4 Revival. We look forward to sharing even more information in due time. Persona 4 has spawned numerous spin-off works, you got that right, including TV anime, Persona 4 Arena, Persona 4 Arena Ultimate, and Persona 4 Dancing All Night. It is a special title that has been a part of Atlus for many years and holds a personal place in my heart. We are currently working on this project with all our passion and love. We are confident that this will be a fresh, surprising product for newcomers and longtime fans, and we look forward to sharing it with you all. Additionally, we are actively preparing for the future development of the Persona series as a studio. We are working hard to meet the expectations of fans around the world, and our work is progressing well. Stay tuned for more updates. We look forward to your continued support of the Persona series." This last paragraph here about the future development of the Persona series as a studio is basically saying and reaffirming that yes, Persona 6 is still in development, it's still coming, and it is taking an insane amount of time. And these remakes are the way that they are wanting you to pass the time with to continue to engage with the series. And honestly, they're not a bad way, because a lot of people are going to pick up Persona 3 Reload and Persona 4 Revival, and those are going to be their first Persona games, and then they may also play Persona 5, P1 and P2 are still missing, and hopefully those come soon. The thing is that they've allowed a ton of new fans to be brought into the series, and so everything is set up incredibly well for Persona 6 to thrive. This also means that unfortunately, it is probably going to be 10 years between Persona 5 and Persona 6. We're already at 9 years, so it might actually be more than that, because Persona 5 first came out September 2016, and so if we go all the way to 2026, yeah, I think we're looking at well over 10 years, which is absolutely ridiculous and makes you wonder what has been the holdup. It really begs the question of how long is it going to take between Persona 6 and Persona 7? You can only imagine that taking even more time, and it's honestly going to get ridiculous after a while if it hasn't already. A decade between games is absolutely nuts. I hope that we all really like Persona 6 because we are probably going to be stuck in Persona 6 milking 20 years. This is all exciting. I know there's a lot of controversy on Persona 4 Revival, and to be completely clear, none of that's with me. I hope that they do kind of match the art style a little bit more with the original game. I know that it'll make fans happy, but I'll probably really enjoy the game either way. I enjoyed Persona 3 Reload, and every time I look online, people are ripping that game to shreds. I think it looked amazing. I think it played awesome too. I just don't have as many complaints as other people do with Persona 3 Reload. But these are just my thoughts on it, and I would love to hear yours below. Be sure to check out Tokyo Treat. I'll see you all in the next video. Later, guys.